It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back in. Whew, what a Monday. Guys, I don't know what was going on with the internet, but something closed down with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, StreamYard. This was a nightmare. Anybody who's a content creator or doing YouTube or whatever, you would know this is the most stressful thing that I think could happen to anyone. So I appreciate you guys sticking with us. We were supposed to do our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap today at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we're doing it at 10 a.m. And then at 1, I have an amazing interview with one of our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then at 2 p.m., we are bringing Ronald Richards back to talk about the latest documentary that he's doing regarding Shah. So we have a lot to talk about. But before we do, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed because it's a subscriber-only chat. And hi, Jason.
Hi.
That was like a whole monologue, huh?
I know. I'm excited to see what we're talking about tonight because I don't think you told me.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about Kyle Richards and her being kind of dragged through the mud over this super spreader bat mitzvah for her daughter, Portia. This is at least what the fans are calling it. Cynthia Bailey confirmed that she was not fired. She was demoted to a friend and she decided to walk away. Erika Girardi is in talks to settle her $25 million lawsuit. Camille is on Twitter again. Always on Twitter. And Lisa Barlow is explaining exactly what happened on Salt Lake City when her friend Angie is saying that she is the one responsible for this caterer mishap. So we have a lot to start with. Jason, where do we start? By the way, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It has been a day. I feel more awake now than I have all day. But this weekend was such a crazy, chaotic travel weekend because I was only in DC technically for 2 days. But it was just it just seems like a lot longer, you know?
Yeah. No, it was a lot. It was a lot.
So, but, it was fun.
All right. So now that you're back, where do we start?
You can pick.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Kyle Richards' party backlash. Guys, as you come in the room, I want your opinions on this. By the way, hi. After we do the first 2 stories, I'll drop the link for you guys to call in. But Kyle Richards had a party, and at this party, there were a lot of people. You can't really tell here, but it was a whole bat mitzvah for her daughter, Portia, and they had a circus theme. They had dancers. They had acrobats. They had a Ferris wheel. Literally everything you could think of for this party. And I saw where some people were like, who spends $10,000 on a bat mitzvah? This was not a $10,000 bat mitzvah. One.
No, I'm sure it was way more than $10,000.
Yeah, there's no freaking way in hell that this was a $10,000 bat mitzvah. And also, just to be fair, guys, this is kind of, some people were like, lay off of Kyle Richards. What's the big deal? She still deserves to party. I'm not saying that she did anything wrong, but this woman right here, Cynthia Bailey, had a wedding on 10/10/20, and it was called a super spreader event. People were really pissed off at her. So Kyle Richards throwing a bat mitzvah, why is that okay?
Well, first of all, I think when Cynthia had her party, there was no vaccinations, if I'm correct. But it still doesn't make it right because we're still in a pandemic. Whether you had the vaccination or not, people are getting COVID. And you have to be careful. But then I think to myself, has anybody watched college football lately? Have you seen how packed those stadiums are? Have you seen the concerts and the raves that are going on in LA and Las Vegas? At this point, I don't know who's right or who's wrong anymore because
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot to intake. And did they have the same, strenuous standards the Obamas did when he had his birthday party? Was that the same? Because that was very, very strict. A lot of people, I don't know if they knew that or not, a lot of people who were criticizing it, there were a lot of very, very strict guidelines in order to even go. So I don't.
Said in the chat too that we don't actually know Kyle's restrictions for the party. So she could have had them too, to be fair.
Yeah, okay, but it takes me back to, okay, if we're going to get angry about 300 people at a bat mitzvah, then we really need to be caring more about college football stadiums who have thousands of people in it with a lot of them wearing no masks.
If we have any football fans in here, they are going to hate you. Hold on, Susie Gross.
I'm just saying it. The hypocrisy has been like this since the beginning of the pandemic. It's, sometimes you can do this. No one can do anything right or wrong. We should all just be very careful and taking, advantage of the health that, the health system we have, especially here in the United States. And We just need to be more wary of that. But at the same time, we can't criticize people if thousands of other people are going to football games every Sunday, which I would love to go to a football game too. I just choose not to. I want to travel to Europe, and like Kempire is over there now. But we were just talking about, I don't want to wear a mask for 8 to 10 hours right now on the plane. That's my only stipulation, but I'll probably get over it because I'm really
So wait a minute,
to get out
you
of here.
just wore one for 2 hours, didn't you?
Yeah, and we wore one for 5 when we went up to Salt Lake.
Okay. All right. I just want to hold you accountable for the words that you're saying and that are coming out of your mouth if you're coming over here to Up and Adam, Jason. Okay.
Okay.
Kempire said, people didn't like what I had to say about it. LOL. Okay. Totally agree, Jason. I thought he went to bed. I thought he went to bed too.
Who, Kempire or me? Because I want to go to bed.
Jason.
I'm so tired.
Or no, Kempire. Got to agree with Jason on this one. So true, Jason. Totally agree. Okay. All right. A lot of people agree with you.
And I also think that, and I'm not making this right or wrong. And it's not, I'm not being more favorable to Cynthia because we know her and I really, really like her. But I think they were as careful as they could be back then. And we didn't really know. I don't know.
All right. So we're going to move on to the next topic before we start taking callers. And I will go ahead and drop the link right now for you guys to call in. If you'd like to call in and join the conversation, you are more than welcome. Here we go. Drop the link. I want to talk about, since we're on the topic of Camille Grammer. Okay, so Camille always comes out of the woodworks and she comes on Twitter and she just like goes in on people. That's kind of Camille's thing.
It's Chris Bassett's too. They have something in common. They're really good Twitter.
Okay. So Camille decides to go on Twitter and go on another rant, and it's because she feels like Dorit has no storyline. She's boring. She doesn't offer anything to the show, and she thinks that the only thing that's redeeming about Dorit this season would be PK. She's actually very vocal about all of this on Twitter, and she says that Denise Richards should replace Dorit. Jason?
I've said that I would like to see Denise on the show. That is not a popular opinion. I know that, but I think there's a lot of unfinished business. Dorit, for me, is kind of a little bit played out. I have to agree,
Okay. All right. Well, Camille said, I think Denise should replace Dorit. Dorit Kemsley hasn't had a storyline in years and is protected. PK made her interesting this season.
I do have to say I'm going to agree with Kempire in the chat too, because I really like Camille on the show because she's just so everywhere. So I would love to see that. That's the kind of hot mess I want to see, and not so much of the hot mess we saw on Salt Lake and Potomac last night.
Okay. A lot of people are saying that they like Camille. I'm surprised. Okay, so if you had to choose between Dorit and Denise, you would choose Denise.
I would choose Denise because Lisa Rinna is still there. If Erika is staying, I'd love to see that confrontation. I think now, we discussed this. I think we discussed this, or maybe you and Kempire discussed it, and I was watching it and I was drinking. But we talked about, I don't know. I think it would be better to see that confrontation. I would like to see Denise come back.
All right.
I don't know what I just said, but
yeah. And honestly, I think it would add more dynamic to the storyline too, because like you're saying, Denise and Lisa would have something. Denise and Erika could potentially have something. Dorit,
and we'll keep PK as a friend.
Season. What?
We'll keep PK as a friend.
Yeah, we'll keep PK as a friend. Yeah, because he'll always be around for Maurizio. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a few callers really quick to ask them, and I'm going to rotate everybody out. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash the like button. Not even 10 minutes in. We have 200 in the room. Smash the like button. First, we'll bring up Judgy Justice. Hi, Justice.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to see you. I'm mad at you, Jason.
I know, but thank you.
Down the street from you in DC. You could have hung out for a little bit, but it's okay.
Do you know how busy my family kept me? They've kept me and I tried to bow out of everything too, because they're tourists from Utah, so they wanted to go see Mount Vernon, which everyone who's gone to elementary school has been there 12 times. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to skip out on some things. I got dragged everywhere. I had no time for fun, but Adam and I need to come up because. Christmas time is a good time to be in DC. I like Christmas time in DC.
Best place to go for Christmas isn't really DC. I feel besides the zoo lights, is to go to Williamsburg.
Yes.
Williamsburg does a beautiful Christmas.
I completely forgot about that.
We go every year, but that's besides the point.
That's awesome.
But my take on you talked about Cynthia Bailey, right? Because I came in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that Cynthia Bailey's event she got crucified for it more so because Atlanta was following rules that other people weren't.
Okay.
At that time, because Atlanta was still open for everything. They had strip clubs still open. They had everything open. So of course you could still have an event because they were like their own little like individual nation at that time. And since and if people have issues with like these events, they need to put pressure on our leaders and to actually make the federal mandates for this and make a standard. Because then again, we still were having football players, even if there was nobody in the stands, there's like 100 football players, on a roster that were showing up for these games. So that doesn't help. And that's per roster. So you're talking about 200 people just for the teams that are playing, showing up to these events. Jesus. So I think that Cynthia just got a bad rap for it on a national basis. But I think like in like Georgia, in the South, people really didn't care that much.
I have to. You bring up such a great point because we live in Florida, and coming from California just last year, a lot of things were different. Where we live specifically, it was still kind of course, strict as it should be. And we do live on the beach, and a lot of things are outside, but that doesn't take away the mandates that were placed in certain places. And you do bring a very valid point because still at that time people didn't even know what to do, how to even go through their lives,
And then honestly, and one more point I want to make about this is that it's still like now it's still even more confusing than ever because we have people that are vaccinated who have to carry around the vaccination card. And then when they go to a restaurant, no matter if their vaccination status, they all get to take off their mask and eat in the one room together.
Right.
My favorite, can I just tell you really quick because it just happened? My favorite is how we're standing 6 feet apart to get on the plane. And then I'm sitting literally not even an inch away from the woman next to me who is coughing and coughing, which of course we just assume everything's COVID nowadays, which is not. But you know what I mean? Like we sit so close, even mask or not. There are so many crazy things that are so hypocritical right now with this that I think you can't really blame anybody for. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about it.
It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of conversation. Actually, this is
exactly. And one more thing I wanted to point because I don't want to hold you guys up too much because
this is great.
I can talk all day and I like the sound of my own voice.
So do I. I like your voice too. Jason's.
But I think also another issue is that is that we have people who are choosing to just live their own life. And I think if people actually just came out and said that, hey, I don't know what's going to happen this year. People are dropping like flies and I'm going to do the events that I want to do.
Right.
Somebody could even say like Empire going to Amsterdam during the pandemic is a selfish move. He should be staying at home, in his locked in his apartment all day, making videos for us. But that's
that'd be great.
But that's not real life. You have people need to be able to live and do some things and with some reason. And until somebody actually steps in and tells people this is what we need to do to make sure this all gets done. Because honestly, to me, I think if we would have went through a bigger shutdown and a longer shutdown nationwide, I think we would be in a better place now because then people would have also had the opportunity to really learn what's going on and how to prevent it and limit some of this misinformation that still keeps going on right now.
I agree.
All right.
I agree. Good great points.
Yeah,
especially about Georgia during that time and because we live down in the South too. So yeah, that's a great point.
Thank you.
Justice, thank you. And if you're around later, we'll bring you back up.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right. So as we move on to the conversation, I'm going to bring up one more topic and then bring up a couple more callers. We have Krista Miller in the room, Porn with Jordan, Natalia, and Philly Diva. We have a bunch of people in the room. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring up this next thing really quick. Cynthia Bailey decided to make it known that she did not actually get fired from the show. She put out a quote. She put out a quote just letting us know that she was demoted to a friend. She said it was honestly time. I had been thinking about it for a while, just the whole transition. I knew it wasn't going to last forever. I knew I didn't want to do it forever. 10 years is a good run, but with that said, me just thinking about it, then the whole thing happened, all of us going on hiatus. It gave me more time to think about it, and I really got used to not going back. I decided to cut the cord. Okay. Jason, are we buying that she got demoted, or do you think
absolutely? And I told you that either she made the decision to leave or it was in talks. Like I don't think they would have just axed Cynthia completely, like in a fired way, like you're done, like termination or whatever. I think they did offer her something, but I really think even she felt she was gonna, because she was talking about that early on. So I felt that she knew she was coming to a conclusion on the show.
Right.
She lived the full life on a show.
No, she did. She did 11 years. 11 years is a long ass time on a reality show. That's a long time.
Yep. And she still has a decent reputation after all of that.
That's true. That's true. You got to give her that. Guys, again, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. Let's bring up Pouring with Jordan. Hi.
Pouring with Jordan.
All right, Jordan, go ahead. What are your thoughts on Cynthia Bailey and putting out this statement that she was in fact demoted to a friend role, and she said it was her idea. She presented it to the network, and then she decided, actually, you know what? I don't even want to be a friend role. I'm off the show.
I think it makes complete sense. I mean, she's even said, I'm on the chopping block every season. They fire me every season, according to the blogs and the rumors and the comments. So I've been getting fired for years now. So now I finally walk away, and now y'all are surprised. I definitely think that they probably took her down to a friend role because her story was kind of complete. I mean, like, think about it. Her story is completely full circle. She's the only housewife to get married on her first season and her last season.
Right.
Like the entire, like she's had the full arc of, Real Housewives. Like she came in getting married to one person and being a housewife, and she left out being a housewife to somebody else. And I mean, we don't get to see her in her businesses that much, so it's not like we were going to see that next season. All we were going to see is her and Mike Hill being the new black, what are their names? Lucy and Ricky. Sorry. To me, they give me very Lucy and Ricky vibes. They give me very Lucy and Ricky vibes because he loves her and like all of her mess. Like, my favorite Mike and Cynthia moment is when they were laying in the bed and he was like, girl, just take the wig off. And she snatched her wig off on national television and threw it at him. It was beautiful. I almost cried because that's real. Like, that's black love right there.
Oh, well, I have to say, I'm going to miss. Well, I was just going to say, Cynthia, Portia, and Nene are now all off the show, as we know. And we heard that Nene could make a cameo with Marlo Hampton. I don't know if I necessarily believe that because of how she trashed the network on her way out. But what did you say, Jordan?
I don't believe it at all that she's coming back. But
I don't think that she would. I don't even think that she would want to film in that role. I don't think that she would be like, I built this show. I'm not coming back to film 3 episodes with you as a friend of the show. Like, I don't think she would even entertain that.
Exactly. Just imagine, Nene is all about optics. Like, Nene is all about the perception of everything. Nene has been a full-time cast member 100% of the time that she has been on this show. Do you really think she's going to come back as Marlo's friend?
No. See, I find that so hard to believe. I mean, Jason, could you see that?
I mean, no. Would I like it? Yes, but I don't see it happening.
She has a YouTube channel. She can go and be seen over there. I just don't think like she would do it for herself. I don't think I think that she would see it as her going back with her tail tucked. Like, why would I go back? That little $125,000, $250,000, however much they were gonna pay her, that's not gonna be enough to reconcile her ego with the fact that she's literally going back for just a couple episodes and popping up and just literally leaving. Like, for what? She doesn't need to wrap up her storyline. Like,
and she was also getting paid over $2 million. Yeah, she was getting paid $2 million a season. So I don't know. They would have to pay her at least $200 to $500 to come on in any appearance and do that. But I don't know if they would do that because they're over here nickel and diming all of these other new housewives, trying to make sure that they pay them like $5,000 an episode or $10,000 an episode and keep their pay down to like $100,000 to $200,000. So if they're doing that, then how are they just going to throw $500,000 at Nene? And I saw where Kempire said, well, for the ratings, I get that too, but
You
I
have
don't
to
know,
understand
But
that
they're
so
having
many
enough
people
trouble
watch these
just trying
shows.
to cast the regular cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But so many people
They're-
watch these shows. The ratings used to be a lot different. Even Anthony Hopkins is obsessed with the Real Housewives of everything. You know, Jennifer Lawrence, like people, the thing is when you start to lose what we started with, those OGs who probably are worth the money because they will bring the ratings, then you start to lose the show a little bit. It's the same thing with like, you know, a Broadway show or even Cirque du Soleil. You know, when someone else comes in to replace the role, you still want to see the original.
I have to bring up this really quick because I just got an overlay here. Oh no, of course it's not going to let me bring it up. I want to. That's so annoying. Brielle Bierman, Kim Zolciak's daughter, tweeted, "No Nene, no Kim, no Portia, no Phaedra. What's the point? RHOA. Everyone's so hot and bothered
I
about me
responded
adding."
to that tweet.
Of course you did, Jordan. Everyone's so hot and bothered about me adding Kim as if she wasn't giving you drama, extraness, trashy, classy, funny one-liners for years. Please give credit where credit's due. Everyone knows Kim and loved her at one point, even if you don't know. Sour apple, bitter bitches. Hey, I hate her too. Met her man and a good one at that. Glowed up, had hella babies, lives in a beautiful home, is successful, etc., etc. Yeah, I smell jealousy.
I'll
Jordan,
say
did you
this
say?
about Kim Zolciak.
Did you say
I'll
you're
say
jealous?
this about Kim Zolciak. No, I
Oh.
definitely didn't say that.
Oh.
But I will say that I don't disagree with anything that Brielle Bierman said. And the one thing that I did learn from Kim Zolciak on The Real Housewives of Atlanta is if you put your cigarettes in the refrigerator, they'll stay fresher longer.
What? How did I miss that? I mean, I don't smoke.
What kind of?
You don't remember that in like
No.
the first season when she was trying to quit smoking and she was throwing away packs and like she was pulling out packs from the refrigerator, packs out of the kitchen drawer, packs from her purse, packs from her wig. She was throwing away all these packs of cigarettes, and she said that they stay fresher longer when you have them in the refrigerator.
Well,
and I
mean,
never forgot.
cigars
I
are
never
similar.
forgot that.
You said cigars are similar?
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I wouldn't put a
she-
cigar in a refrigerator, but you know, cool it down.
Does she
Like
still
good
smoke?
wine.
No, I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I never watched Tardy for the Party, but I would assume that she's pregnant every single year. When does she have the time?
Sorry.
Okay, that's fair.
Can I say one quick thing about Nene really quick?
Yes, go ahead.
The reason why I don't think she's coming back is also that I think that her ego won't do it, but I also think that from what we're hearing about just the casting in general at the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they're having enough trouble just casting the show. I don't think that they're that they have the time and energy to look back at, you know, this situation, especially like if they're gonna look back to people who they're in good favor with. Sheree, Claudia Jordan.
Yeah, but Claudia didn't bring a whole lot to the show, to be fair. Did you think she did?
Sorry. But like they're gonna go back and look to people who they're in good favor with. Why would they come back to somebody who's trashed them, jumped in on Mariah Huck's lawsuit, even though it wasn't like legally official that she actually was in the lawsuit? But that's another story. But like, why would they go back to that? Like, they have enough people to pull from to bring back ratings. Where is Lisa Wu?
I said that. I told Adam that the other night. I would love to see.
Where is Lisa Wu? I need
We
to
haven't
know.
had her in a long
Like,
time.
This is getting annoying to me now. Like, this is this is frustrating to me. Like, if anybody can bring back bring back the drama to Atlanta without being problematic, I'm sure it's Lisa Wu. I'm gonna vote for Lisa over Phaedra.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up
Even though
another
I know
opinion.
the fans want Phaedra back, and I respect the fandom.
Hi, Philly Diva.
Hello.
Okay, question for you. One,
Yeah.
how are you? Two, you
I'm
look beautiful. Three, welcome back.
Thank you. You know, I pressed my wig out, so you know it's flowing nice and lovely.
Oh, I just tucked mine under my hat.
So
Nene Leakes potentially coming back as a friend of in a friend role. to Marlo Hampton. Could you see it, or do you think that there's too much pride in the game for her to even be able to do that?
I'm not going to call it pride. I don't see it only because when you get into a fight with someone and you call their mom a stankweed cokehead bitch, there's no coming back from that.
There.
Like, there's no coming back from what was said. Even if, she said it in the heat of the moment, not getting what she wanted contractually, she really came at not just Bravo, but at NBC Universal. Right. Now, obviously, some of the things she said may have been true or in the realm of her truth, because I don't want to ever say that a Black woman is not feeling seen, because I've been in that space.
And she did say that she had certain experiences, and she said when she was making these videos, I remember watching them with like my jaw dropped down, like, wow, she's really letting it all out there. And she said, these are my experiences with you guys, with Andy, with the network. That's how she worded it too. And it's like, what do you say to that? She's telling you her experience. She's not saying like they did this and this and this to me. She said my experience. And I was like,
experience was. And that's the thing. When you say my experience is, you can have, kind of either the Nene effect, which is, you're never going to work again, or you can have the I'm drawing a blank. Dwayne Wade's wife,
Gabrielle Union.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
When she went and damn near burned down America's Got Talent. So there's a level. How can I say this? Nene hasn't earned the right of success that she's complaining about.
Okay, well, she was the highest paid too. She was commanding $2 million a season, which is.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say this, Adam, and I love you, and I really mean it. No, she no.
No, I'm not saying that out of everyone she deserved the highest pay. I'm telling you she got. Now Candy Burris gets the highest paid.
Let's not equate pay. Let's not equate reality star pay with Hollywood work.
Oh, no. There's no comparison.
So what I'm saying is, Nene.
But if you ask Nene, she would tell you that she has done Hollywood work. Just to be fair,
worked in Hollywood.
Pilot season does not count.
I'm saying if
because she got guest pay for that.
Listen, I've argued with her across the table. She doesn't like me, and I was just trying to get a photo and telling her how much I loved her. We had a whole back and forth conversation, and I know that she just goes kind of Dorinda Medley on you and goes, "Clip, shut the hell up. I'm done with you. Dismiss."
Okay, but she did come back around, by the way, because she did like you, but also you were very drunk.
Okay, don't throw that part out there.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why she came back around, because she had more fun when you drunk. She's like, he's a good time. He's fine.
Or with Jordan, I appreciate that.
Like, we could drink and hang out. Like, we're good. But honestly, what I'm saying is, Nene has not put in that level of, when I say Hollywood work, I mean just that. I don't mean time on reality TV where it's documented your life. I mean coming into set, learning your lines, being an open character and able to deliver, knowing your marks and being able to take direction. That is what she actually cannot do.
Well, you know what I think? Saw that on the normal.
But you know what I think the difference is here is that I think as you go on into these different fields, like Erika's ex-husband, Tom Girardi, thought he was the top of the top lawyers, right? And then you have somebody like Gabrielle Union or Angelina Jolie, and you have these different actresses who are like in the top of their field, and they know this is my shit. I think Nene Leakes really does feel like she's one of the founding fathers of Bravo. Like she knows I helped create this franchise. I was I was a huge part of its success. And she's like, I've been here. I've done Broadway. I've done Hollywood. Like in her realm, she is one of the most famous ones. And I think for her, that's like, respect me.
Now, do you think that the ego hits when you have celebrities, especially huge celebrities like Nene and Mariah Carey are like really good friends. But like when it hits, when you have those celebrity, like almost fans, and you think that your ego kind of gets bigger. Do you think that happened to her at all?
Yes, 100%. I think that her going and like doing these things
Everybody's
with like Naomi Campbell getting Fashion Police. Hey, baby.
Hi.
Look at you. Your big smile tonight.
Yeah, she got her hair done, so now she's on lit,
Whoa.
As she should be.
You got
Right?
spoiled today.
She gets spoiled every couple of weeks. She gets her hair done. She gets her hair done more than I do.
We love to see it.
We have to tell Jason that because I only get my hair done once a month.
That's because
I
you
would
choose
never
to.
be able to tell.
Because he wears a hat.
Yeah, I was about to say I always wear a hat.
That is fair. That's fair.
Barbara Trinka, this has become my favorite or become my afternoon guilty pleasure. Thank you so much, Barbara. Jordan, I feel like you have something to say.
See, here's my thing with Nene. I can appreciate her stance and I can appreciate her experience, right? Like I can appreciate her saying these are the things that she's experienced while she's been at the network. These are the things that she's had to suffer through and deal with. I can respect all of that. My problem is because she brags on the fact that I've been on the network 14 years and I built this franchise and nobody knew Andy until you knew me and all of these things. Like the fact that she brags on all of these things, you would think that she would have a better business acumen when it went about like negotiating these type of things, because to me she pulled a Monique when it went to Bravo, not Monique Samuels but Monique a comedian. Y'all remember when Monique asked us to boycott Netflix, but she had like no end game, no plan. She didn't tell us how long to boycott Netflix. She didn't tell us to log out, delete our account, like what the course of action was. She just said boycott, bye. Nene was just like, Bravo is trash. We need to
Turn
have a
your TVs off.
conversation. I'm going across every single TV station and I'm gonna read Bravo. But if you go back and listen to all those interviews, the only thing she ever said she wanted was to have a conversation, but she never said have a conversation about what. She never had her ducks in a row. She never had demands. She never had her end game in plan. Like that's why her like that's like I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, that's fair because if you think about it, like most other people there's not been. I don't actually know of another Nene Leakes who has left and trashed the network. Danielle Staub kind of trashed the network a little bit. Brandy Glanville has been super good about keeping her mouth shut, but I don't know of another person who has done, aside from Married to Medicine. We obviously know that.
I'm going to take you way back though. Tammy Roman, in her first season of Real World, I think that was in 1995, when the guy, I believe his name was Derek, had pranked her and pulled her pants down on national television. And she went off on him, and not just him, but MTV for letting it happen. Now, again, I'm going back, again, second season. Real World.
Wait, whoa. Why can't I hear you? Whoa.
Can you hear me now?
That sounds scary.
Yeah, Nene isn't the first. She just happened to be the loudest and the most successful at this point. But again, we're rating her success based on her longevity in the reality TV sphere. And if we're looking at her longevity in the reality TV sphere, no, a lot of people haven't done it like Nene has. And we do need to give her flowers. She created iconic moments and iconic catchphrases. Like we're back here and I'm sitting here like, bloop. Oh, that's my Nene. There are things that are iconic and distinctive just for her. But at the same time, like I said last time, somebody signs your check.
That's
and when
true.
somebody signs your check, you have to be held accountable for the things that come out of your mouth, especially when you are saying, like, if I were to go to my boss today and say, my experience is that I feel that you don't listen to me and you make me feel like my work is not as good as because I'm a woman. Things would be different after that.
I agree with that.
That's just what it is. It doesn't matter that she's on reality TV or how long she's been on reality TV or even what she brought to Bravo, which was millions. Like, They may have paid her millions, but she got paid a fraction of what she brought in.
Right.
And that's wrong with reality TV stars. Like, you get paid a fraction of what you bring in. So it's really just, to me, I'm not, Maddie, what are you doing?
My pencil was different.
Get your pencil and get out, yo.
Number.
You need Uncle's number?
Yeah, because I can't get into.
I can't say Uncle's number. I'm on YouTube.
You want me to drop you down for a second?
Yes, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah,
No,
so
it's
what
okay.
Uncle's name is.
Here, we'll let Philly Diva do that for a second. We're going to move on to the next topic and bring back up Pouring with Jordan and also Philly Diva. We also have Judgy Justice still in the room. I just want to bring this up, guys. We didn't get to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City today because the internet went down. I don't know what the happened. Facebook was down. IG was down. IG being Instagram.
And why on like the day when I really wanted to talk about Salt Lake City?
I don't know. I was so excited about this episode. And
So
I don't know if you guys were watching. Guys, let me know in the chat. Message in. Remember, you have to be subscribed. It's a subscribers only live chat. But did you watch the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode last night? Are you watching the show? If you're not, I feel like you really should. Lisa Barlow, it's now the second season. Lisa Barlow is being accused of pretty much sabotaging this woman in the middle who's known as Angie Harrington. She's being introduced this year as a friend of the show, but sabotaging her LGBTQIA plus event. Well, by canceling the caterers. I don't know why she would do this, but for some reason, Angie thinks because the woman on the left of her, all the way to the left in the pink, Whitney Rose, is apparently her cousin in some, what Lisa Barlow would call incestual polygamist way.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, you were at my family reunion in Utah, and there was a lot of people there, like 150, and that's not even the 300 were supposed to show up just for that. And we all in some way know each other. It's huge. Yeah. I feel like Mormons have just as many family members as Catholics.
Well, to be fair, jeez, Lisa Barlow.
Well, like brothers and sisters, like, the whole thing that Mormons and Catholics have like these.
I feel like families. Then I was born or raised Mormon.
No, you weren't. You were one child. You have two half brothers and like
20
siblings, 11 siblings. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot.
Okay. So Lisa Barlow actually posted a photo of her text with Angie Harrington about all of this. And it's where she said, I found out Whitney and I are related from watching the show. I died. What? Don't claim her. I'm not. Just thought it was funny. Same great grandpa. And she's circling the date right here, November 13th, saying, wow, wasn't the family connection discovered while watching season 1? She's saying that she already has a bad habit of lying. And then she said, if you're going to read text messages out loud, make sure you're not improvising, because she feels like Angie was acting. Now, come to find out, she said in an interview, she forgot a key part. She had catering. I would never cancel a caterer, nor is that something anyone could do. Marco Nicoli and Aubrey Nicoli are amazing people. They weren't able to cater casino night, but he made sure to have his brother fill in while they focused on their new restaurant. The food was amazing. Marco's brother did an absolutely amazing job. Funny how she failed to leave this out.
But I feel like maybe that's a cover, because I'm sure they do a lot of business with Lisa, only because, like, why did you decide that day? Or, like, if you knew that was happening and you were opening a restaurant, you're planning a little better than that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
It depends what kind of relationship they have.
It still looks like Lisa's dirty as hell in this.
Yeah, no, completely. But I do have to say, I really, really did love Angie Harrington. I loved the event. I love what it stood for, especially in Salt Lake City. I mean, it is very diverse. When we were just there, it's crazy how much it's changed, even from when I was a kid going to visit family, where it was just like the blonde hair, blue eyed, like Mormon, to what it is now. It's just a whole different city. It's growing really, really fast. And I think Angie Harrington is bringing a lot of great awareness to what she's doing. And I can't believe like someone gave $1 million like that.
I know.
Unless that was just like a production thing, but I don't think so, because they wouldn't do that.
And I think it's awesome how diverse we're getting across all the franchises and platforms. And Bravo's really starting to listen, it feels like. On some franchises, I feel like we're failing at what we're doing, but that's also, I blame casting. But I want to bring up some opinions. Porn with Jordan and Philly Diva. Hello.
Let me say one more thing really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we just found Pops on Ancestry DNA. And so if you remember last night, Whitney said, everyone who's Mormon needs to do their genealogy. I grew up doing genealogy with my family. We can link our families all the way back, generations and generations. And now we have it so easy. We're on Ancestry DNA. I'm sure. I mean, that's how Pops and you met, so I'm sure Whitney is finding a lot more people than she expected,
Yeah, well, it's true.
Especially now she has a platform.
Even when we took the DNA test, the DNA test sat, like, just a personal story. It sat on our little like bar area in the kitchen and I say bar area, not like bougie, like bar area. There was no dining room table. So bar area in the kitchen. And the Ancestry DNA kit sat on it for like 4 or 5 months. And finally one day I decided to take it and I said to Jason, let's just do this really quick. And when I mailed it out, I got a call when I was at work and it was like, you have a grandfather. And I was like, wow. Fuck are you the hell are you talking about?
We were talking about this, I think, on one of these lives, I can't remember, but it's also opening a lot of dirty little secrets to a lot of people.
Yeah, it is because a lot of people back then didn't realize that these DNA kits would come out. Like my grandfather found out that he had 2 daughters out of it, and one of his daughters, she ended up coming here from Vietnam, and they changed her birthday in order to get her here, and there was like a whole thing, and he didn't even know anything about it. Similar story to
Jenny.
Yeah,
on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But just like Jenny, and my grandfather didn't know about this until this year or this past year and a half when we found him. He found out that he had another daughter who, when he went over to Vietnam, he got this woman pregnant. They had a kind of like a one-night thing. And then she ended up leaving Vietnam and coming to America and then changing her child's birthday.
Well, she also saved your grandfather's life. You left that part out.
And she said, yes, my grandfather was in the war, and there was a place that he was visiting with a bunch of girls in their house, and they were going around the neighborhood, and they went in this house and they were looking for American soldiers. And when they were, obviously, because you're in a war, you take them out. And she laid on the bed on top of him and took the blanket and covered herself and pretended like she was laying in the bed surrounded by pillows until they left. And then that was the night that they ended up hooking. And there his daughter comes from now. Oh, Pops. Good old Pops.
Oh, good Lord.
That's actually how I found out I had a brother.
Really? Ancestry?
I did through Ancestry. My mother actually, let's see, it was this Memorial Day. She says, Kristen, I need to talk to you. Kristen's my government. So, Kristen, I need to talk to you. What I do? even if they, what I do? And she says, well, before I met your father. And I'm always scared when conversations start out with, before I met your father.
That's like, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Right. That was my face the whole time. Listening, like, yeah, I have an older brother that my mom had when she was 16, back in, the early 60s. And that was what they did. She put her son up for adoption and never spoke about it again.
Oh, you got muted.
The same thing happened to me, child. Folks trying to tell me that my cheerleading practice is canceled.
There she was calling me. But yeah, we found out that, so I had an older brother who's about 11 years older than me. I'm still, just kind of in shock. And he's out in California. Why am I muted? Just a really nice guy.
Philly Diva, I think that you're, wait, it calmed down now. Your mic was doing something funny.
Because my mom was calling me and leaving a voicemail, and it muted me because there was too much noise in the background.
Okay, it sounds better now. Okay.
Yeah, so these ancestry things are real.
Honestly, I was saying the same thing. Even Jason found out that his sister, that he had a sister, and we didn't know until we lost Philly Diva.
Oh, let me tell you that story though, really quick. I had a sister. We always knew that she existed, but remember we were living in New York on 110th, and I got all these phone calls that one night and said, oh my gosh, if this person contacts you, that's your sister. And I said, what? And she lived on 111th in the building straight behind us. And she lived there for 17 years. So Adam and I moved into the building, like really right there. Sometimes it's just really meant to be. It's insane.
See, I wish that something like that would happen for me because I have a brother out there that I've never met, but I've known of him my entire life. But that's a whole complicated story. We can get into that on a whole nother live. But like I never got introduced to him, but like I found him on like Facebook and reached out to him and I never heard back. So I'm scared to do the ancestry because I feel like okay, well like maybe he doesn't want to be found. Like I don't know because the history of why I've never met him is sordid and it's complicated. So I've always been like I don't like I want to find him and reach out to him because my oldest brother tells me that I'm just like him. And so it's like I want to meet you but you don't want to be found and so
You know,
Maybe,
I'm
maybe
worried
we don't
about
know
who
that
else is
though.
out there.
I was gonna say, Jordan, too. You have to go into it with such a and guys. I know this is off topic, but it's okay. This is kind of a. I really enjoy this conversation more than I do about Lisa Barlow being a little snake in the grass. But
Because she was dead wrong. Next.
yeah, she was dead wrong. Let's keep it going. Don't forget to smash that like button. But no, to be fair, really quick, Jordan. When I found my mom's family for her through this DNA kit, and then also through Facebook, and me and her husband kind of did some looking into, and the first set of family members we came across her brother and her sister. Her brother was the nicest, coolest guy. He met us in New York, so chill, was so easygoing. It was the best experience. And then we didn't meet her sister, but we only interacted with her from New York to California online. And in doing so, one night we were having a conversation. She got really upset with my mom. Mind you, they still hadn't met. This had only been 3 days after, or 3 weeks after, something like that, something very short. And then she got so pissed off at my mom that she went on my Instagram and went under like 50 photos, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Went under like 50 photos and she was like, I hope you and go yourself and you don't deserve, like, just really disgusting things, really actually super, I would never say them on here, like as bad as it can get. It got that bad. And then finally, 2 years later, we ended up having to meet her in California because my mom still wanted to meet her and see her face to face because she didn't have any biological family. So she's like, I just want to see what this woman looks like. And when she did, the woman was so insecure. She was a keyboard gangster in the background. She got on the keyboard and she had balls like this big. And then all of a sudden, when we saw her in person, she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And Jason and I looked at her and we're like, we don't hate you, even though you said like the worst, most
yeah, we don't hate you, bitch. No, okay.
Yeah.
Even though you took the time to go under 50 posts and trash me, like you really got to like you really got like you got Zen win type of time. Like
oh geez, I mean honestly, if I like now to this day, I've kind of made it a pass where I'm like, I don't care if my family talks to her, but after that kind of shit, I was so excited to find out who our family was through the DNA kits. I got my hopes up. And then after she did that, I was like, I'm done with this part of the family. And then all of a sudden, a year after that, or 2-3 years after that, we met Pops and it was a totally different relationship. Now I have uncles, aunts, cousins, and I was afraid. I called them and let them know before I showed up to their doorstep. And I was like, just to let you know, like, I'm gay. I hope that's not a problem. Because I thought that they wouldn't like me because of it, because of my first reaction that I got. And I walked in and Pops is like, give me a hug. I was like, I don't like people touching me. He's like,
touch me, but hi.
Yeah. But I was like, no, I don't, but it's so
they're the best.
You have to have
that gives me a skosh of optimism because like the reason why I haven't really pushed trying to really like get in touch with my brother is because I don't want to be Ashley Darby down to her daddy doorstep and getting the door locked and slammed in her face. Like I'm not here for that. I don't think I can handle that personally, like emotionally. I can deal with that. Like I just made like, anyway, I ain't gonna incriminate myself. But that like that's just not cool. Like that's like I couldn't deal with that type of rejection. So I'd be scared for that. But then I've also thought about like, well, what if I don't get in touch with him, but there are other family members like aunts and uncles on that side who could, who like I could develop a relationship with because I'm not close to my own family. Once again, that's a whole nother life. But like it's just I've like that is the one family member that I like have zero connection with at all. Like all I know is your face.
Have you thought about reaching out on social media?
I've added him on Facebook. I've sent a message. I've reached out. I acknowledged in the message that I'm sure that this is really weird receiving a message from your long lost sibling. It's kind of weird for me too, but hi.
You're like, oh hey, I'm here.
Yeah, like I recognize that this is awkward, but
You're like
still
long lost.
happening.
Well, I was, but bitch, now I'm found. Here I am.
And didn't even need Oprah. Work.
God.
No, but like I don't think I can do that. Like I don't want to go down the whole Nene road trying to find her daddy thing. Like I just like that type of emotional strain is like extra damaging. Like I don't understand like who. But the curiosity is still there. Like my cat is still curious.
Eh, okay.
All pun intended.
All right. All pun intended. You're crazy. All right. Diana said 413 watching, 181 likes, 6 people that need a hug. Likes are free. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Diana. We appreciate you. All right. Before we go and wrap it up a little bit early tonight, because there are a few things that Jason and I have to go ahead and do before tomorrow. Tomorrow's crazy. Really, really crazy. And by the way, guys, we're going live with Ronald Richards to tell us, because he just participated in a Jen Shah documentary, just like the Erika Girardi one. It's an ABC Hulu documentary that's coming out, and he just did the whole interview for it, just like our friend Dana Wilkie. He will be featured on the documentary. And I asked him, can I do a video about it? I want to talk about it. And he said, well, what do you have to talk about? You weren't really a part of it. And I was like,
what else?
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was not a part of it, sir. So would you like to come on and talk about it? And he said, well, if you're asking me, then sure. It's like, okay, then we will have you on to talk about it, Ronald Richards. We appreciate the hell out of you, because we know when you're not with us, you are working and you are Twittering, tweeting, doing all that you do. So we will have him on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have an amazing interview with one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm excited for that. And then we have a couple of podcasts this week, and Perez Hilton, which is going to be interesting because Perez is ruthless. So
I wonder, who do you think? I just want to ask a live chat because I want to see if they can guess who it is. But who do you think Adam is interviewing from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tomorrow? Because I'm curious.
Wait, what did you?
I can't say anything. But I'm just curious if the chat would like
Jason, blink
just
twice.
chime in. Nah, I
can't. Okay, that's a good question, guys. Go ahead and comment below. Who do you think that I'm interviewing from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills current cast tomorrow? I actually
that was going to be my next question. Current cast of past.
So Adam has already interviewed Sutton.
Yeah,
Adam has already interviewed Sutton. So
it's not Sutton, and I have two of the cast members that I'm interviewing over the next 3 weeks, but one is tomorrow, and then the other one is 2.5 weeks from now. But I'm curious. So we have, who'd you say?
Crystal.
Okay, Crystal, Sutton, no. Crystal, Garcelle, Crystal.
Someone in that chat is right.
Crystal, Kathy. Crystal.
Garcelle or Crystal. I think it's both, but I don't know who
well, there's going to be two anyway.
Okay. It's just a fun
Crystal,
little
then Garcelle.
When I get the person on, I want to ask them, I just want to know more about the reunion because it's a week before, and I also want to ask about their place on the show. So I have a lot of questions. But anyways,
can I ask some questions to see if I can guess who it is?
I'll give you.
You don't gotta tell me. Jason can blink twice if he wants.
No, I'm not blinking.
I'll give you two questions, and if you can narrow it down, then I'll tell you yes or no.
Okay. Is Erika still following this person on social media?
Oh, great question.
That's a really great question.
Well, I do what I can.
The answer to that question is yes.
Rena.
Well, you get one more question. Do you want to use it?
Yes. Has this person just in case, just in case, has this person? How do I want to word this? Ooh. That would just directly point to Rena anyway, and I still think it's Rena. Has this person
PK.
Had
Someone
a-
said PK.
I was trying not to think about that too because I wanted to be PK. But let's see.
The sidekick with the electric cigarette.
Right.
Does she have big lips?
Does she have big lips? Has this person been caught on camera saying something that Erika would interpret as negative within the group?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you get one last guess of who the
That was
person
2
is.
questions.
Yeah, that was 2
Oh,
questions.
okay,
But now you can go ahead and guess, and I'll tell you yes or no.
Well, the answer to the first question made me think it was Renna because it was being reported that that was the only person that she was following. I don't know if that's changed in the last few days.
Okay.
And the second question didn't give me a specific answer, but I feel like it could either be, well, Dorit Sutton or I mean Dorit Crystal or Garcelle, but I'm gonna go with Crystal. Dorit?
I can't tell you.
I saw you reacted. I don't know which name you reacted to.
All right. No, seriously though. Jordan, it's going to be, hopefully it's a fun interview tomorrow. We have a lot coming up, and we also have more hot, messy topics coming up throughout the week. Jordan has a lot of interesting and exciting stuff coming out as well. Jordan shared it with me on Twitter today, which I thought looked amazing. We talked about this too.
Thank you.
We talked about this. And also, hold on. Somebody said this for you, Jordan.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't know if it was gonna like make it weird or not. So, I was like, I'll just come and appear parked.
Yeah. I was just telling Jordan that last time we had super chats and messages where people were really concerned about Jordan's safety and making sure that Jordan wasn't driving while joining us on the calls and live chat. So we just wanted to make sure that Jordan was taking care of Jordan. And that's exactly what Jordan is doing. Okay. Jordan, what are you looking forward to most throughout the rest of this week? Whether it be Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, some other show, a live, some gossip, drama. What are we looking forward to most?
Well, I am looking forward to me creeping through these YouTube streets. I'm trying to make my way into the YouTube cul-de-sacs with y'all and Kempire, but right now I'm in the YouTube streets and alleys. The first video for my new channel, Porn with Jordan, is going to be going live on Wednesday at noon. And so I've gotten like the stamp of approval from Adam, so I officially feel confident and I can put down my face roller. I'm looking forward to all the hot, messy topics because you guys are my homies now. So I look forward to this every day.
Hey.
I am. I'm looking forward to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but like Jason said, I kind of just want to get to the reunion already.
Yeah.
Like I don't like. I just get to just
Part 4. Let's go.
Okay.
I really like. It really could have been. It could have been 2 parts, maximum 3. And the reason I say 2 parts is one part could have been all direct questions on Erika. What's going on with the case? What can you tell us? What can you reveal? What actually happened when Tom drove off of the cliff? All of those things. And then the second half could have been like them trying to reconcile with the rest of the cast of who was talking about her, what was going on, why they were doubting her, and them trying to bring the group back together. And if they had to do a part 3, they could squeeze out whatever the hell they were doing when they weren't talking about Erika in the part 3 and just slap the husbands in there and call it a day.
All right. Jason, what are you looking forward to?
I have to say, first of all, someone commented, did you see Lisa's remark about the food when she entered the party, referring to Angie Harrington's party, which could have been a production thing. You know, we still don't know anything about that.
Oh,
we
it's
will
a
talk
shame
about
not to
that
have
tomorrow.
food.
We will talk about that tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Adam
I'll
did
be
point
there.
out that the only time we have seen Vita tequila yet this season was at Angie Harrington's party, but there were other bottles there. And why are you going to serve Blanco at a party? Like, where's the reposado? So
Okay,
I'm
you
glad they
bougie
can
bitch.
find it. Yeah,
It
she's
all
like, I'm
looks
canceling the
fishy.
catering, but here's some free tequila that no one can
But
find.
here's the tequila, and she mentions
Yeah,
it in every confessional. I'd
every
rather be having a
sentence.
drink. Where's my Vita?
No. I'm actually looking forward to. I'm not really. How do I say this? I'm more excited for Sunday because I want to watch my Potomac and Salt Lake City this week more than I am like Vanderpump Rules or Beverly Hills. I'm ready to like continue what's happening on those two shows, which makes me happy because I love both of those shows and they're not leaving me, bored this season. So I'm excited for those.
I
Okay.
feel bad that I'm not excited about Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah,
Like
no.
it's so weird. Like it's like I love the people who are on. Well, the people. Tom and Tom are really not the people, but they're the people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I watch the show for them. So if I could just get like the Bravo highlight clips on the YouTube channel the next day of just Tom's clips throughout the episode of just Tom and Tom's Schwartz and Sandy's clips throughout the episode, I would be so happy. I love that Ariana is spazzing for no reason. I love that Katie is just trying to be reasonable and just trying to get through the season unscathed. Like
She's trying to figure a new Queen Bee to follow.
they're pushing Lala for this so hard. It's like they're trying to position Lala for this, and it's not working.
Yeah, they're trying to make her the new Stassi.
But the fans don't want her. Like she keeps giving them Lala, and they don't want it.
I think they just are all trying to figure out what's going to happen when this show comes to a completion after the season. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
Schwartz and Sandy are gonna ride off on their bike and sidecar right into their spinoff with the next bar. And they're gonna recycle some of the old people who were in the background from all the other bars, Pump and Tom Tom and them. We're gonna see them popping in and out. Hopefully we see Peter with his fine ass. But I digress. But like I
Past
like
tense too, not so much anymore.
well,
Okay.
well, you're not wrong. But I just like that's what I'm ready for. Just give Schwartz and Sandy the spinoff already. Like I already watched Sheena's YouTube channel. We listened to all of your podcasts. Everybody on the show got a damn podcast. Just move on.
You know what? Prediction is, Tom and Tom are opening a new bar, a new restaurant. They're going to spend this whole season figuring out how to do it. And the spinoff will come when Lisa and Ken have to come in to step in and help them finish the project.
So it's basically going to be a transition, just like we transitioned from the Real Housewives straight into Vanderpump Rules. We're going to go straight from Vanderpump Rules straight into Schwartz and Sandy's. I said that Real Housewives of Atlanta needs to do the same thing with the OLG project. We need to see Candy going from filming with the girls to going to the OLG to have some shrimp and grits and talk to Todd about it.
I would love that.
Not with that C healthcare rating.
Well,
that health department rating.
Okay.
That's exactly why they need to be there, because I want to see Candy and Todd.
Do you know how bad you have to
be
to get a
C? My name look bad. Yeah.
Do you know how bad a C is, and how? Because I ran a few places. Like a C is really hard to get.
That's why I want to see what the hell going on, because they getting shot up, they getting C ratings and stuff, but apparently they still got lines wrapped around the block. So what is exactly going on down to the OLG, and what is the OLG doing at the OLG? I just need to know. That's all.
There's a lot of questions to which we need a lot of answers. So that's exactly what we're coming back this week to do. Guys, of course, we have Vanderpump Rules that we'll be talking about. And I'm more than happy to talk about the OLG and Candy Burris. I always love talking about our Real Housewives of Atlanta. Jordan, thank you so much. We hit an hour and 5 minutes. We are going to go knock some stuff out, get ready for tomorrow, and we will be back tomorrow for more hot, messy topics. Jordan, we appreciate you.
Thank you. I love you
Bye,
guys.
Jordan.
And I have a question about Vanderpump Rules when we talk about it whenever we come back to that on another live or a video. I
Yeah,
actually have a
we'll talk
question
about it
for
on
you two
Wednesday.
specifically about that. Okay, cool, 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 cool,
Yeah,
cool,
it'll
cool,
be our
cool.
Hot Messy Topics for Wednesday.
I'll be there. Y'all know I'm gonna be all here, parked in the car, sitting safely.
All right, just message me on Twitter if you need anything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, bye, Jordan.
Bye, Jordan.
All right, Jason. Before we go, can you let everybody know where they can find you?
Yeah, first of all, okay, remember last week? Was it last week we started this, or you started this?
Yeah. No, the
Yeah.
week before.
The week before. It was like that Friday, right?
Yeah.
And you said I'm going to do this every day, and I started doing it every day with you. And I'm like, we should do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now I had FOMO when I was gone Thursday and Friday, and now all I want to do is be here on 6 o'clock on
That's
Monday.
so
Tuesday,
great. Well,
Wednesday.
don't worry. You are more than welcome to be here and join us as long as we still invite you back, of course.
Oh, that's so
But that is
funny.
not up to me. That is up to the viewers and the fans of whoever likes you and the channel. No, of course.
Anyway,
always.
Anyway, you can find me at Down with Jason. I'm still a new channel, but we're building and we're growing and we're seeing like kind of which direction we are heading in. It's changing really fast. It's going to change a lot in the next few weeks. So guys, like October going into November is going to be a lot of change and a lot of fun things going on. But we do anything from entertainment to royal news to reality TV because that is the gift that keeps on giving. And I have a different perspective than Adam. And that's why I started a channel in the first place. So yeah. Go follow me at Down with Jason. I'd appreciate it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is my name, Jason Barrett. It was all listed on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, sweet. And also, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. Show some love. Tomorrow we are going live. The live that was supposed to happen today at 12 p.m. We're doing it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 a.m. Pacific. I'm sorry, guys, but we're doing a recap of Salt Lake City with Jason and Kimpire. And then at 2 p.m., we are going live with Ronald Richards to talk about this Jen Shah documentary. So there's a lot to be said. We have a lot to cover. Until then, I hope you guys have a beautiful, safe night, and we will see you so very soon. Bye, guys.